What's going on, everybody? Coach Chris Specht, the wise guy, on Instagram. We're not on Instagram right now. We're on YouTube. Let's go. YouTube. Anyways, I thought I'd jump on and do a surprise. We'll do a Merry Christmas gift video to everybody who's watching right now. I'm going to do a live retail arbitrage plan. Not a retail, what am I saying? I'm going to do a live product research for you guys. And I'm going to go on to Jungle Scout, punch in some criteria, and see if I can't find some recommendations for whoever is watching. So if you're interested in product research and launching a product that I think will do extremely well, then this video is for you. So let's get right into it. Whoa! How do I minimize this? Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Half the time I don't even know what I'm doing on this particular thing. So let's see why I can't minimize it. Command, Option, ta-da. Whoa, cool. There you go. So Control, left, right arrow. So let's go screen capture, video capture. Switch that, and let's go here. There you go. So let's close that. Don't need that open. Let's open one of those. So we're actually going to jump off of this, jump onto this, and what I'll do is I'll put on my YouTube. I'll put YouTube on my phone, just in case any of you guys have questions. You know, it's been a long time since I've done some product research. So just in case you guys have any questions, let me just turn that down just so we don't have any volume. We'll go here and we'll switch it to live chat. So leave a comment in the comment section below. Ta-da! All right. So we're going to go and jump on Amazon. I can do .com, .ca. I like to do my research on the .com a lot of the time, especially if you live in Canada. It translates. So first tip for a lot of sellers in Canada is do your research on Amazon.com and .ca. Don't neglect researching the popular products that are on .com, because if you do neglect it, you'll miss out. Okay, so don't neglect it. Second thing I want to open here is Jungle Scout, the web app. Ta-da. There we go. I don't need to know this. Back to Jungle Scout. Now let's put in some, what do we got here? This is the overview page. Jungle Scout. Upgrade now. I've changed it a lot. Ungrouped. Ta-da. Product tracker. You can tell I haven't been on my Jungle Scout in a while. I do, it's just been so hectic for retail arbitrage and growing my personal brand and growing my private label products. I haven't had to, where's all my Jungle Scout stuff from the top? Why is it all missing? My Chrome extension, did my I renewed. Welcome to Product Tracker. I don't want to track the product. I want to do research. Why is it not letting me do research? Keywords, my list, keyword scout. Wow, they've changed it up and put a menu board. I don't like that, Jungle Scout. If you're watching this video, I do not like the fact that you changed up and took away the quick keys. So we'll look at the US. It translates to Canada. We'll pick a couple categories. So what season? We're coming up to Q1. January, February, March is coming up. January, February, March. If we pick a product, if we're able to find one in the next week or two and make a decision to buy it, that brings us to the end of this one. It's going to take 5 weeks for it to be produced and arrived at Amazon. So we're looking at the first week in February. So what's going to be hot the first week in February? Appliances, arts and craft, maybe. Obviously that's Valentine's. That's kind of just ending the season of winter. Months are ending. Baby, beauty. Beauty's always good. Baby is always good all year round. Anything else? Electronics, computers and accessories, grocery, health and home and kitchen, industrial, scientific, kitchen and dining, musical instruments, patio, lawn and furniture is probably a good time to look into something like that. Pet and supplies, sports and outdoors, tools and home improvement. Yeah, people are getting ready to improve their homes. Sports and outdoors. I don't like this category because it just gives me too much search results. I want to look for stuff that is $25 to $100 price point. Let's go 24 to 100. Minimum reviews, net min rating, rank, min weight, max weight. I don't want anything over 2 pounds. Minimum sales per month. Let's go with products that have 100. So we'll just look for base hits. Let's go for 150. That's really low. 100 is not really all that tempting for that price. 150 product sales per month. This is the US, so we probably could see stuff that are a little bit higher. So we'll go for 200. Again, I'm only looking for base hits. I like base hits. Probably could go a little bit higher in price point. Let's go $150 base hits. Sellers, we're not really worried about. Listing quality score, minimum revenue, we're not really worried about. I want to see FBA sellers. I don't want to see merchant or Amazon for now. And I want standard. I don't want oversized. And I want 200, and I want to do that search. 68 million products on Jungle Scout. We've reduced that down to 6,000 based on that criteria. So let's take a look. So we got the categories of arts and crafts, baby, beauty, personal care, patio, lawn and garden, tools, and home improvement. All right. Okay, let me just do something quick here while it's on my mind. I want to see if I can change the name of my YouTube show. Creator Studio. Make sure you guys, if you haven't yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you're interested in learning, not just learning, but learning how to make money selling on Amazon, then subscribe. Let's go to streaming quickly. Streaming. And let's rename the show. to Q1 Amazon Q1 product research. On Jungle Scout. We'll call it Christmas present. Crispect mass present. There we go. That's the new name of the show. All right, jump back over here. So let's take a look and see what we got, see what piques our interest. Now, the first thing I like to do for most of you who are tuning in for the first time is I like to sort by weight. I want to see the lightest things first. It eliminates more than half of the products. I mean, obviously I put in 2 pounds as my maximum weight, but I want to see the lightest product first. Okay, we're looking at arts and craft, baby, beauty, patio, tools, and home improvement. So some bizarre categories. I think to me they seem like purposeful categories for the months of January through to March, probably all the way to the end of Q2. And obviously for patio and furniture, that's going to kind of take you year round all the way through to Q3, the end of Q3. Origins car improvement active charcoal mask. Okay, 29 bucks. Okay, so lightweight. We want low reviews. I probably should have put my reviews. Let's actually make a review max of 150 reviews. Let's re-filter that. 6,388. That's going to come down to 3,000. So we eliminated almost half. All right. So we got a vegan makeup brush set with only 85 reviews, $45 price point, makeup brush set. That's interesting. It's a 50-piece set. No, 12-piece set. So we'll check the numbers on something like that. That's pretty lightweight. Set 502. Okay. I like the price point, $45. If we can get something like that for $5 to $7, that'd be a pretty good buy. That'd be a pretty good buy. We'll check the demand on something like that. So we're going to queue it up. The way I queue it up is I leave it. I just open up the actual listing and I just leave it up top. We'll queue up about 10 products. A Morph 18-piece Sable makeup brush set. Same product. This is an 18-piece versus a 9-piece. Same price point. Only 47 reviews in the US. We'll open that up. 100K rank, 135K rank in the US. Poor listing quality scores, which is great. We can definitely use a creative, hire someone in the creative industry on Fiverr to create quality listing photos for us. Versace, we won't go for brands. Enjoy luxury conditioner, we won't go for that. Fresh cleanser, soy cleanser for women, blah. Here we go, Maria Shireen. Hair tie bracelet, 35 bucks, 88 reviews. We'll have to look into the popularity of these products in these niches. It's important to look at different niches and run the niche in general, a general niche popularity. Niche Hunter is a great tool right here on the left-hand side to just kind of get a sense of the popularity of products. So we got this here. Home use kitchen rat trap. $40. This kind of seems big though, doesn't it? Interesting. If you have a rat problem, might be something you might be interested in, but What do we got unit wise? Let's get rid of this. They're doing 480 units a month of this bad boy right here. Whereas these makeup brushes that we're looking at are doing upwards 1900. Go back to the top here. 300, 265. But this one right here, this 18 piece, is doing 1900 units. Now, it's only got 76 reviews, which is, if the niche or if the product is popular and has good demand, I'm wondering what. So we'll open that one up, but I'm wondering what the overall. I mean, obviously that's makeup. That's a simple brush set. It's obviously competitive, more competitive than what it's displaying there. What else do we have here? Wax warmer hair removal kit. Interesting, $35 product. I don't know about that. I'd probably, the rank is really low, 143, 270 units. It's an interesting product. Wax hair removal kit. Seems like there's a little bit of liability with something like that. If you guys have any questions, if you need me to zoom in, let me know, just so that you guys can see it. This isn't for me, this is for everybody who's watching. How to surf for private label products using Jungle Scout. I'm going to kind of give you guys a few picks out of these categories that are selected that are coming up. So pay attention. Trifold illuminated vanity makeup mirror. Good product, definitely a good product. 150 reviews, really lightweight, 900 units a month. Those are good numbers. Those are good numbers. Let's look into makeup mirrors. Next up, Vastar wood burning kit, adjustable temperature soldering pyrography. Arts and craft. What do we got here? That's a crappy rank. It's a real bad rank. 287 at that rank. I don't know about that. Edible genuine gold leaf flakes by Barnabas Black Gold. So a jar of gold flakes, 35 bucks. 3,000 rank, 250 units. Interesting. We'll look into that. That might be something that might be, again, it's edible stuff that you put in your mouth. You know, again, if you're looking and interested at products you can put in your mouth, then, you know, you're going to want to set yourself up with liability insurance right away. 1 pack of rubber mini elastics for a charging station. Interesting. 270 sales a month. Trifold. We got jade green step edge silicone rings, finger rings for 25 bucks. Obviously, these are going to be super light. The sales are probably really good. Let's take a quick peek here. So jade rings, competitive. How competitive? Only 1 rating. Bad star rating right here. Bad star rating right here. They only have 1 review, so it looks like a kind of a new listing. But look at these numbers. This guy's doing 2,000 sales a month, $50,000 in revenue. $25 he's charging for these jade rings. Okay, so we'll definitely want to look into these jade rings. He's got some sort of brand logo on it that he's created. Does anyone recognize the Quelo? Quelo, is that the rapper? Quelo. That might be the rapper, Quelo. Is there a rapper called Quelo? Nice gym ring. That's actually a really nice ring. That's a really nice bag that comes with the ring. I like that. That's definitely a very appealing product for me. I'm interested in buying it. I love the ring charts. Let me look up Quelo on my phone, see what it got. I always look at the brands. Once you see a brand, you obviously don't want to compete with Quelo with brands. Quelo rings comes up as a brand of rings. Got its own Quelo.com. They sell them in a variety of retailers. So it can be a retail arbitrage product. They do sell them in a variety of retailers. Sport Check, all these different retailers. But they got their website. They got a lot of rings to choose from on their website. Hundreds of silicone rings, all for around the same price point. So it might be a competitive niche, but it'd be something worth looking into. So we'll look into the numbers, we'll look into the competitiveness of that niche, but just considering right here the quality or the reviews people are unhappy with. So we can look into that as well. We can look into like things like what do you get with it? You know, when we first saw it, the fact that you get this bag, that's really cool. They probably should add some sort of certificate inside. You know, a piece of paper that certifies it. A Quelo men's jade green step edge ring. You know, you got to add value that doesn't cost you a lot of money. This is stuff I talk about in my course, but how to improve your product so that it never gets returned. How to improve your product so that it never gets returned. You got to be creative about these things. Sell value. Doesn't cost you any money to sell value, but you have to create value. You have to sell value. And you have to add value to products. Let's keep searching. Trooper Ultra Black, Kat Von D ink liner. We're not going to do that. A memory box, Steelcraft die hand man tools. What is this? So this is some sort of handyman tools. Some cardstock felt. Don't even know what this thing is. Huh. Skip that. So what else do we have here? Okay. Oil of Olay, electric razor set, megapixels, camera, Peachy Keen Clear Face Stamp Assortment. Peachy Keen Clear Stamp Face Assortment. Huh, what's this? So face stamps, currently unavailable from this particular seller. Interesting stamps, almost like emoji-like stamps. Yeah, I don't know about that. It says they're doing 293 units a month at a $26 price point in the US. You know, that's not a lot of volume, obviously, for the US. Sprays, adjustable angle vent, mini button. We're in patio and lawn, Pest repellers. It's a very competitive niche, as you can see, 145 reviews. Trifold Vanity makeup again. More rings by Quelo. Is Quelo the rapper? If you know, leave a comment below. Wand if enjoyable. Metal wood oscillating tools. Charging station compatible with Apple iPhone. Beauty. Cutting edge products. Charging cord. Interesting. Cutting edge products, charging cord. This is an interesting looking charging cord. Obviously, it's got this regular coaxial. Okay, that's different than what I thought. What is this? A digital multimeter, $33. So just a cheap multimeter. But they're doing about 360 sales a month. Wonder what they can get that for. Is it pretty competitive? Not bad, 44. Eyeliner, makeup. Okay. So, I mean, there's 3,000 listings. We're now barely at 0.2 pounds as far as weight is concerned. But look at 2,000, 2,100. Quelo is selling a lot of rings for 25 bucks each. So he's making 10 bucks profit on those rings, if not more, depending on what he is getting those rings for. Smart bulbs. Flex knife. Post repeller. Brush clean. What else do we see? Premium toddler towel with hood, baby towel. Baby hooded towels by Jungle Scout. Jungle, what is it called? Jungle something. So the criteria, these categories are kind of like not my favorite to sell in. They aren't home. I don't know much about beauty and personal care. I don't know much about patio and lawn furniture. But it's always good to keep on top of these categories. Everyone who watched Jungle Scout's series on product research has launched a baby towel. Mother Approved is the name of the brand. Copper tool. Phillips this. What else we got here? All right. So we got miniature surface mount. We got knives. A case white peanut pocket knife. 32 bucks. Case white peanut pocket knife. Let's take a look at this. If you want to get into the knife business, we got he's got a selection. He's got his brand engraved. It's a nice knife. I don't like the logo though. You could definitely do better with than that logo. But the knife is nice. It's a nice color. WR case. It's good. Interesting box cover, I would say. I would say something like this would be a pretty cool product to sell doing FBA. Look at all the different colors. So I mean, he's certainly ironed out his niche. He's found a niche where he could create multiple listings in multiple child categories for the one product. So let's take a look at his numbers here. Let's run extension. Let's see if I can see all of his numbers on his child listings. Don't know if it can. Yeah, it looks like you can. Here we go. So this is his parent listing. These are all of his child listings based on price point. Like this peanut pocket knife he's selling for $109. $76 for his green one. Okay, 33. Oh, monthly sales of his niche look to be at about 1,200 units a month. Now, if you look at the different knives, his most popular one is this bone one right here. $45. It's got 83 reviews and it's a 4.5 reviewed product. Is that his most popular? Not even. His most popular is this jigged peanut with 92 reviews. Yeah, that's his most popular. So he's doing 1,200 knives a month. He's spending about $10 on fees depending on the product and the price. It's interesting that this $109 knife has has 9 reviews. It takes about 100, anywhere from 50 to, well, I'm just spitballing, but it can take upwards 50 sales to get a review, just depending on what software you use if you're doing it yourself. So the fact that he has 9 could mean that he may have sold upward of 450 of these knives. It all depends on that price point. I could click that listing and see if he's actually sold. Where is my... There we go. So he's had this knife as high as 127. He's dropped it down to 117. He's had it out of stock right here. He's really kept the price pretty high for the most part. $100 at one point, $99 at one point. Dropped it right down here. That's interesting. That's a very nice knife. There's a cool niche of products that you could build your brand on easily. I think the biggest thing about that particular niche is going to be the logo that you use and the colors and looks that you bring in. But the sales are excellent. The reviews aren't all that low, so you should be able to rank something like that on page 1. I don't know how to check. I mean, demand right there is not bad, but you always want to check the overall demand of the niche. So we'll put it in all, and we'll look at some of his so the primary keyword is pocket knife. Okay, so you want to search pocket knife. The primary keyword. Where does he rank with that primary keyword? Case, Stockman, pocket knives. He's got a variety, so that's the different price points. Does he show up for page 1 for his pocket knife? Let's just go back one. Case white. So case white, yeah. So this is Case Stockman. That's his Stockman brand. 1,169 reviews. So I mean, page 1 in the pocket knife niche, mostly sponsored listings have the lower reviews, but organically it's pretty competitive. As you can see, if you look at the organic listings that are not sponsored, you gotta have upwards 1,000 reviews to land yourself on page 1. Interesting that this Pocket Pal is the top one. Pocket knife. But if you're willing to do advertising, you could get yourself on page 1 with some good advertising. What is he selling this for? Case. Eligible for shipping to Canada. Gerber, Case. So Case is pretty dominant in the top 1. I don't know if that design is patented. Who knows? You could check it. You could check for knives that are of similar make and model. And, but competing in that niche probably would be pretty challenging. So we'll jump off of that one. Not worth all the money that you'd have to invest to try to rank your product on page 1. Mini camera, full HD, security camera, module video, mini cameras for $30. These are those tiny string light cameras right here. Look at this one right here. The fees are $6. in the US for that particular product. The cost at 10, so that's 16. So the profit potential is there. That's if you can get it for 10 bucks. I could be completely wrong. It might cost upwards $15. Something to look in. These are really popular products that do extremely well on Amazon. Any type of spy camera, hidden camera type niche is a really good niche to look into. I've looked into it before, and it's been a great niche. I don't currently sell in that niche anymore, but it's a really good niche. The thing is, Amazon have put restrictions in that niche. So if you do decide to look into that niche, just make sure that you're looking at Amazon Seller Central guidelines for spy cameras and see what you can and cannot ship to Amazon. What else do we have here? My phone died, so I can't even see the comments. If anyone is asking any questions, I apologize. Let me just check here. No questions. That's all right. We'll go back. Rat traps, 32 bucks. So it looks like the rat trap is going to be, so it's a popular time for it. Obviously the season, depending on where you're from, it's going to sell a lot more in certain areas of the country. Obviously up here in Canada in the north, where it's cold, rats are trying to find shelter and warmth. That would definitely be something, a rodent trap killer. I don't really want to kill rats, so I'll stay away from that niche. I don't want to sell things that kill animals. Don't they have a deterrent? I do like those rodent or those pest noise makers. I forget what they're called, repellers. They're neat. It's a competitive niche, but they're neat. So what else do we got here that looks unique? When I'm going through these, I'm usually looking at the photos first. I'm looking for something that is unique and cool to use. I want it to be something that stands out. Yeah, here it is, the ultrasonic pest repellers. They've been around for a while. Definitely for a couple years, so the cycle is really long for something like this. And a lot of reviews, actually getting a lot of rave reviews. They've evolved, so a lot of the factories in China are making better ones seems like every month a better one comes out, or every 6 months a better one comes out. The profit's been pretty high. Some of them you can get for like $1 each. You can buy you can bundle like 6 of them together, and then cost you $6. You can turn around and resell it for 20. It would mean probably only around the $5 profit point per sale, but the volume is pretty high. As you can see, I bet you this one's pretty high. So 300. This guy's doing 300, $8,000 a month in sales of that one particular product. Concealer, flag set. Interesting. Garden flag, seasonal garden flag set, 12-pack. What do we got here? So very seasonal. Christmas is over, so that's not going to work. Halloween, you get a Halloween one. You get 4th of July, Hello Autumn, St. Pat's Day. So it's pretty much every season has been bundled here. What is it though? Some sort of flag, 12 inches by 18 inches. Okay. On the metal stand. Interesting. It's an interesting product for the US. But how much are they doing of these? 250 sales at 25 bucks. You could probably get that for really cheap. It's super light to ship. So that's actually not a bad product. Interesting. It'd be something like that would be very hybrid for me, meaning I would probably test the market with 50. So I'd look for factories that would be that I could source maybe 50 of them. That's a good number to source and test the market for. Create a listing, see how fast 50 sell out for you. If the product turns really quick, then you'll know to buy more. So very hybrid, meaning like almost retail arbitrage. When you're a retail arbitrage seller, you want to buy 10 of a unit. If the unit's turning, then you want to go source 50 as fast as you can. Get 50 into Amazon. And, again, it's a numbers game. And if the unit becomes explosive, then obviously you want to get turn that into a private label product. So a lot of people with hybrid, and again, this is a course that is being built by myself right now. I teach people to just create listings that are generic. So how to create a listing that's generic and how to rank that generic listing so that you can not necessarily profit from the product, but you can see how fast you can get sales and convert it and get reviews and rank that product on page 1. And that's what it's about. So that's really what hybrid arbitrage is about. The more products you can rank on page 1 through a listing that you created, that is not an existing listing that somebody else created, but a listing that you created, the more of those that you create that you can rank on page 1, that's how you get to $20,000, $30,000 a month profit for yourself. That's how you get to $500,000 in sales. That's how you get to $1 million in sales in the private label business. Is how many listings can you create from scratch that are generic that you can rank the product on page 1, that you can get 5-star reviews and accumulate 4 or 5 of them for that listing. Again, my coaching is available. If you're interested in coaching with Coach Respect, hit me up. Just shoot me a message. Leave a comment below. You can certainly hire me one-on-one. If you're waiting for hybrid arbitrage course to come out, it's going to be a little bit of time. I want to make sure that I get a few other smaller courses out before that one drops. But I put myself at a 6-month goal. So for June of 2019, that will be available for anyone who's interested in how to rank multiple private label listings in a speedy amount of time. How to do that so that you're not just creating one private label product. You're creating 10 private label products that potentially can rank. Okay, so that's what we're going to teach with hybrid, and it's super effective, really effective, especially right now because Amazon is growing so fast and people are we're still at the bottom of the S curve. People are still not fully buying all of their stuff online, but they're moving in that direction. They're seeing how easy it is to do. Consumers are seeing how time-saving shopping on Amazon has become, how they can get all the products that they wanted, how they find products in stores and then look for it on Amazon and they see that it's leagues and leagues cheaper, how their return policy is so much more forgiving and effective and easier to deal with than going into a retailer. So a lot of people are transitioning their financial income and moving their expenditure from the real world to online, which is obviously the real world too. But they're just changing their spending habits. Ask yourself, how much have you started buying on Amazon this year in comparison to last year? And, that should answer your question. And what do you think you'll do more next year as a consumer? Ooh, I like this one. So we got Nightlight Super Products Battery Operated Wireless Sticky, $35. Let's take a look at this one. Some sort of little miniature nightlight. Features, it's not too little. Is that kind of little? It's kind of little. 3M tape, easy to install. See, I love things like these. These are great. You just push them, they turn on, you can anchor them everywhere. This is a product that has a huge life cycle. A huge life cycle. And the question is, what can you get it for? The question is, what can you get something like that for? But the price that it's selling for is, I like that price point. It's one of my favorite price points. $35 price point, $40 price point. If we could get something like this for less than $5 in China, this would be a good product to source. It's doing almost 500 sales at $16,000 in revenue a month for this one listing. That's extremely good. So we'll look at that. So how many I got up here? I know I got a few duplicates. I don't want to go with that. I got a couple of those. I got that mirror, gold flakes. I got those rings. I don't want to go with that. I like the cameras. We'll look at those. I'm not going to go with that. And I like those lights. I got 1, 2, 3, 6, 8. Let's find a couple more. And we're still not even at a 1/10 of a pound. Still lightweight. So to ship all this stuff, why I look at lightweight stuff, to ship it all, it's going to cost me, if I buy 500 units, let's just use that as an example. It's so light, they can pack so many of these in a box. It'll probably cost me less than $500 to ship 500 units from China to Amazon directly in Canada. It could even be less. Like something like, those gold flakes. Something like this little baby towel that is obviously super competitive. Don't do it. Jungle Scout already did a case study on it and taught people how to do A to Z selling on Amazon. Essentially, with their case study, you just follow along. But a lot of people have obviously done the same product, so there's so many sellers of that. Baby hooded bath towel. How many of those are this person selling? 342. Pest repellers. First haircut sticker medley. Oh, interesting. $26 for that. Arts and craft. No, I don't think so. Reach out lock receiver kit. No. More knives. Oddity pad. No. I'm looking for things that look like, again, like this. They're, it's a unique mirror. Funny, my wife was saying, I need one of those, like a different type of mirror, but, those are needed and they're going to always be needed. You want commodities that have a long life cycle and that get popular as your brand grows, and you can organically rank on page 1, page 2. No, not much further down than page 2, but page 1 is the goal. So unique products, don't skip out on unique products like this. A 5800 micro recessed transmitter, whatever that is, doesn't say how many sales are doing. It's incomplete information. He's got 22 reviews. He's selling for $43. But, this is unique. It probably doesn't have much competition. That would be something you'd want to look into. Hammock chair, macrame swing. That's a little larger. Interesting that that's there. The weight's probably wrong. More ultrasonic pest repellers. Fairy lights, because that profit's tight. Time to get paid, blow up like Bitcoin trade. That's my FBA rap. neck firming cream for 25 bucks. Source some neck firming cream from China. Pure Biology LLC. I'd probably stay away from something like that. Camera, wide angle fisheye lens. Again, interesting. I don't know what you could get something like that for on Alibaba. More makeup brushes. All right. So that was page 1. That was 200 listings. This is, I think we said we have 3,000. So basically have 15 pages. Now it's going to, I might get to a pound and stop. In this demonstration, I don't want this video to be too long, but obviously I want you to see how I do it, see how I actually look at products when I'm doing product research. And I obviously have a lot of these videos on my YouTube channel, so I am, like I said in the beginning of this video, I have not been doing any private label product research in a while, and I'm an annual subscriber of Jungle Scout. I have this, but it just sits dormant while I do other things. But it's good to get back into this and see what is available in the US. Now, for all you Canadian sellers out there, right now I'm doing product research in the US. I'm in Canada. I'm in Vancouver. But I'm doing product on the US market because you're going to find a lot more products that are doing extremely well there that 100% translate into the Canadian market that may not have any sellers at all. Don't look at the niche like there's no demand. In Canada, you have to look at niches that have popularity in the US that you can be first to market with in Canada. So that is an important tip for Canadian sellers. You have that advantage of being first to market with products that are killing it in the US market. An active headlamp, 50 bucks, competitive niche, a little bit. Translucent loose setting powder. So now we're getting up to almost 1/10 of a pound. So what are these things? We got 5-pack of Pocketman Lumens LED tactical flashlights. And flashlight market is huge. You get 5 of them for 25 bucks. I'm wondering what you can get these for from China. It'd be interesting to find out what you could get something like this for. These must be they don't look too tiny, but now one thing you gotta remember when you're shipping products with batteries to Amazon, you do have to fill out a hazmat questionnaire and register your product that it has batteries. And so there is a lot of information that is required. So if you do end up sourcing things with batteries, make sure that you ask your factory for the battery specifications because you're going to need it. Etching engraving tool for silhouette by Chromis Creations. Interesting. Picture frames. Let's shorten this up so we can see at a glance how many units they're doing. Command picture frame hanging. So this is a product that obviously has basic intrinsic value. Okay, it's for hanging frames on the wall. This is obviously a big brand by 3M, the Command brand. So, that might be something that you might want to look into. Doesn't have many reviews. Selling for a good price point. Could you bring something in that is comparable? Might want to look into that. 48-pack. But it's doing 700 units. You could probably look at the niche in itself and see how many the niche is doing. All right. So yeah, definitely picked the most boring category, that's for sure, today. Nothing exciting about this category except for these high performance lumens flashlights that selling for 65 bucks. This guy's doing 900 of these a month. Net profit is $52 after his fees. I wonder what cost would be on something like that. The flashlight industry is a long cycle industry, especially this style of flashlight. Higher value, higher price point flashlights. Again, there's another one that's $46, only 37 reviews. He's doing 270 of these a month at that price point, $12,000 in sales, compared to this guy up here who's doing $58,000 in sales because he's doing 900 sales per month. Super lightweight, apparently. Now, a lot of these you can actually get from the manufacturer, completely private labeled. So that's your private label right here. The LITE, you can call it whatever you want. You can get all these photos made by a creative guy from Fiverr. So you can hire someone from Fiverr. I'll leave a link in the description of this video if you're interested in the guy that I use. He does brilliant photos for all of my listings. I'll give you a referral. What else do we have here? So we got almost 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What else we got? I'm not going to look into those. Those are the same flashlights. So we got a couple different styles there. I'll get one more and then we'll move on to checking demand. All right. Filters. So what do we got that's unique? We need something that stands out to me. No, I want to see something that is cool. Need something that is interesting. What stands out? Wireless security camera. 27 bucks. It seems like it's interesting, but that price point, see these cameras, they're more expensive. They're costly to import. Not to import, but they're usually more expensive. They're pretty pricey to source. That's the words I want to use. They're pricey to source. What's this? A Hummingbird swing. Interesting. There is an interesting product. A Hummingbird swing. There you go. It's kind of just bent metal. What attracts a hummingbird to this? It's currently not available. Let's see what the sales were. A Hummingbird swing. This guy's doing almost $300 for $8,000 in the US for that Hummingbird swing. Interesting. You know, again, something like that, I would not just, I checked the demand, but probably the first launch would be only 50. You could probably get those for fairly cheap on Alibaba. It'd be a really, really important idea to check out other types of hummingbird swings. Okay, and check the niche, run the numbers, and see what other styles of that product are popular, so that you have kind of a variety of products to look for when you're sourcing from Alibaba. Smart trigger motion. Okay, that's probably patented by Shaquille O'Neal. Got oil of Olay, Thomas Creation, etching, engraving tools for maker and explorer. Metal stamping banks. Huh. Don't know what that is. Doesn't really interest me. These cameras interest me. Spy cams, I like it. So putting that out there for you, everyone who's watching. Look into that niche. Turtle Lucky Elephant beanie. Oh, cute little beanies for babies with flat heads. Have you ever seen a baby with a flat head? I don't know if babies with flat heads exist, but they definitely should get a beanie to cover. Question for everybody who's watching, do you find babies cute or ugly in general? Do you find babies to be cute and cuddly or ugly and nasty in general? What else stands out? What else stands out? Babini, home security. Nice, $60 home security. So as the products are starting to get heavier, I'm starting to see some cooler electronics that are in the tools and home improvement section. Natural gas detector. Some knives again. Case yellow knife, 27 bucks. Darth Vader Star Wars inspired watercolor. What the hell? Wireless resets door transmitter. Alright. Let's see how long I've been going for. I've been going for just over an hour on research. So yeah, I mean, really, the reality is I have only done the first part of product research, which is to research and just look at photos and use your tools and find products that stand out to you, that seem like they have value, that seem like they would have a long life cycle, so that's something you source that would sell all year round for a few years. You want products that would every year are just making you sales. You don't have to go and squash it because it's outdated. So we've been researching for an hour, so it does take an hour a day to pick products that meet your interest. Okay, then it takes a bit more time to check the demand and verify the sales for the different products that you picked. And we'll do that here in a couple minutes. So this is going to be a longer video. I'm wondering if people are even going to tune in. I'm going to go Joe Rogan on everybody and have like a 2-hour video. 2.5 hours. So I might digress a lot. We'll chop it up later and throw clips out of important points. These categories for me are tough because I'm not relating to much of these products. Nothing stands out like, wow, this is amazing, other than the rings. The rings were super cool. The knives, those were super cool. So those are relatable. But it's important that everybody who's watching this video understand you're not in business to relate to the products that you sell. More likely, you're not going to relate to any of your best-selling products that you sell on Amazon, especially the ones that you private label. You probably don't even relate to the products you sell in retail arbitrage. The toys, you probably are no longer playing with toys. I'm sure you of that. You probably don't relate to a lot of that stuff. Doesn't mean you shouldn't sell it. Doesn't mean you shouldn't source it. Okay, so, like this mask here does nothing but sell. 840 units, $21,000 a month of these pollution masks, military grade protection. Okay, there's a niche for you. 70 reviews, cool niche. You can probably get it in 20 different colors, create 20 different child listings, same features and benefits. But now you have 20 new private label products. You source 100 of each, so 2,000 units in total. Probably cost you $1 or $2 of each, so it's $4,000 it's going to cost you. to get 20 off the ground. Now, obviously, certain colors are going to suck and never sell, and then certain colors are going to sell out. But he's doing 800 and close to 900 units a month, selling these simple, long lifespan masks, pollution masks that are becoming more important over and over and over. I don't actually picture a guy like that wearing one of these, to be honest with you. There's certain people who wear these. I don't picture this guy being the guy who wears these. Is he a doctor? Could you imagine a doctor wearing this when he's going to do surgery? He's probably saying, "Oh, I just can't stand the smell of my patients." Perfect for sport. But it's a great price point. I don't like that string in the back. Is there something that can be improved about that string? That would be a question to ask your factory. Choose the right size. So there are different sizes, but the string is probably allow you to adjust it. I wonder if he offers multiple sizes. Is there multiple colors? Is he only offering one color? I don't see a selection of options. I only see the one color. That's interesting. So if you are able to source, you may want to source multiple colors. Is there multiple colors? Like he's, this dust mask different. That's an ad. But he's only got the one color available from these sellers. Interesting. So again, yeah, there's another cool niche. I like it. I think that one is long term. It'd be interesting to look at the full demand of a product like that. So let's jump into checking the demand on all these different niches that we queued up. So we don't need this anymore. Bye to that Jungle Scout. Here are all the products that are queued up. Okay, so we in this video we found makeup brush sets, vegan makeup brush sets. Let's be clear that they're vegan. Makeup brush sets. I don't know if 18-piece sable is important, but it says 18-piece sable makeup brush set. These are terrible listings because, as you can see, they only have one photo, and the photo is terrible. So you can improve your listing. Multiple photos, up to 7 of zoomable photos. I can't even zoom in on the quality of his listing, so it's a terrible listing. He probably has it red flagged already by Amazon. They probably don't like it. And all these are terrible listings. So that can be improved upon, especially if you want to get into a niche like that. See, here's a better one. You can see the product a little more clearly. You can see the case, see if it's a cheap case or a good case, all that stuff. For whatever reason, it's not letting me zoom, so the photos are still crappy because it's not giving me the option to zoom in on the photo to see if it's a better product with Amazon Zoom feature. So, but anyway, makeup brush set. Let's check out makeup brush set. Makeup brush set. Let's see what is popular in the makeup brush set world. So now we're just going to check the demand. We're going to look at the sales that this niche is doing on page 1. We want to know if it is doing over, 1,000 sales a month for the niche. Is it doing 3,000 sales a month, 5,000 sales a month when you add up all of the different sellers on page 1? Then we want to look at things like brand dominance. We want to look at the reviews and is there potential for us to even land on page 1? Is it too competitive? So page 1 usually exists of, like in this case, there's like upwards 20, 30, 40 listings on page 1. So we look at the monthly sales, and it's staggering how many makeup brush sets are being sold on page 1 with just those keywords. Okay, we can change our keyword, right? We can see if other variations of the keyword are saturated, are overly competitive, because right now, as this one stands, there's no way I would be able to launch this product and enjoy these sales, because if I look at the reviews, there is no space for me. It would take me months and months and months, or a lot of money, to get this many reviews, enough to fit on page 1. That being said, it happens. It does happen. If you can find a product that you can get it for a reasonable cost and resell it, and there's value, and it's popular, it's cool, there's other ways to get your product to grow versus just putting it on Amazon and hoping, crossing your fingers. You can use tools like Instagram and Facebook and celebrities and influencers to shed light on your product and drive traffic to your product. Again, a lot of that stuff costs money, and some of that stuff is free, but you need to use your influence. It just means more work. But obviously, you as a seller want to take advantage of being able to sell 13,000 units a month. So now let's sort by price. Let's look at the most expensive ones and see what they're doing for sales. So we want to look at this 20 piece. He's doing 767 sales a month of this 20 piece set. Goat hair. Okay, it's a $43 set by Do Color. But this one by Matto or Matu is $24.99. The average price is $27. Let's take off this because that's ruining the average price. So the average price is $17 on these makeup brush sets. I'm out. It's too low of a niche. Now let's check one more niche. The vegan makeup brush set. Interesting niche. Nice looking brushes. Nice looking packaging. Nice colors. Price point still isn't that appealing. Always sort by price and remove the ones that for whatever reason show up on the page with this ridiculous price point. But the sales look great, obviously. Now the reviews, there's a couple openings. 23, that's really low. 30, that's low. 14, that's low. I usually try to find 5+, 7+ spots, we'll call them, page 1 spots or rankings for this particular keyword. I usually try to find, depending on how many show up on page 1, I try to find at least half that are under my criteria setting. So in the beginning, all these ones I pulled up, I said maximum 150 reviews, which is actually really high. If we're really going to be able to rank on page 1, we probably want them to be under 50 reviews. And then the goal is to find at least 10 to 12 that are under 50. It gives you a fighting chance to compete with those listings and rank on page 1 if your product is cool, a good product, good value, popular, the photos and your listing, your sales listing and your sales photos are appealing and putting the product in its best light and its best look. It's going to help do nothing but rank you on page 1. Okay, so we're looking at the reviews. Can we find 10 that are under 50? 1, 2, 3. So we found 3. 3 on page 1 that are under 50. How many are under 100? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 under 100. So to me, it's a competitive listing. Even if I did 150, how many are under 150? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So even at the stretch max, it's a competitive listing. It's going to be really hard to rank your product on page one. It's going to take months and months and months and months and months of low sales. So we are out on these brushes. Okay, so now let's look at trifold illuminated vanity makeup mirror. So I think vanity makeup mirror is probably a good niche keyword. So now we're going to go into here, make sure it's all, search the niche, vanity makeup mirror. We can look at trifold ones later, but let's just look at that niche and see what the sales are. Makeup mirrors got a good price point. We got this one here, though they can get pretty big. And obviously it's a mirror, it's glass. Likely it's all going to get shipped properly, so you don't necessarily have to really concern yourself with, product breaking. Don't worry, these manufacturers are really experienced shipping their products across the world. So you can be comfortable with most of the people who are shipping, if you're looking at glasses, mirrors, houseware, doesn't matter. They'll package your stuff really well. Okay? But you do have to keep in the back of your mind that there is the possibility that at some point you may end up with broken product. And so you have to maybe understand how Amazon's terms of services work for product like glass and all that type of stuff that has the possibility of breaking in their warehouse, on its way to their warehouse, or even after fulfillment, when the customer gets it, all of a sudden they receive it, it's broken, or they own it and then it breaks at some point. Those are things you have to kind of think about when you're selling glass product, which ultimately at the end of the day for me means I want a product that is packed with profit, that has a higher sell value. So we'll get rid of this one because I'm not interested in that particular one. That's too big. Okay, so you can sort by weight. Okay, right there. Then once you sort it by weight, you can look at the products like the Bestope. Is that the, no, that's the one that's too big. So these little ones, some big ones. Okay, so $38 average, 642 reviews. How many reviews are under 50? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's on the very low side. I don't even see any that are under 100. So it's competitive, super competitive, but good ratings. Profit's okay. It's okay. It just depends on what we can get that. So now let's look into a longer tail keyword like trifold vanity mirror. Okay, this is the style that we're interested in. A lot of them show up. A lot of times when I search a niche or a longer tail keyword and I have this particular product in mind, I want to count how many of those show up on page one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, not all of them are 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So practically all, but not all. So 17 of whatever, 18 or 20 are trifold. So it's very, there is demand for it. When that many sellers are looking to sell it, that means there is demand for it. Okay, now let's actually look at this specific niche and see what the sales are like. So I mean, tremendous sales. Look at this, 8,000 sales this guy's making. Let's Let's extend that out a little bit. $100,000, $300,000, $320,000. Different brands, DeWisen, Beauty Works. So I mean, it's a popular product. It's a popular product. I do like the lower, even though like one. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that are under 100 reviews. That's really good. You know, that makes me interested in this product, especially the trifold. I'm looking at the demand. I like the amount of demand on page 1. Or excuse me, monthly sales, yeah. Daily sales, monthly sales. Like this guy's doing 130 units a day at the $37 price point. I love the $52 price point for these trifold mirrors. Obviously, this is a bigger product. And so it's a 2-pound product, but size-wise, it's actually fairly large. I don't know how compact it is. So now that's what it's going to be the factor when sourcing this product. You obviously don't need to source 500 of them to begin. This would be a perfect product to try to create a generic listing for and create it from scratch using your own barcode. Source the product. Factories can probably fit 10 in a box, so 5 boxes, that's 50. You probably want to source 50 of these products and see how long if 50 will get you ranked on page 1. So if selling 50 with the best photos, let's look at the listing quality score. So listing quality score, where is it? I'm blind right here, LQS. On average, 577, 575, so average is 6, 577, 575, so average is 6. So there's a lot of room for improvement. When you look at these different listings, how are they mocking up their listing? Do these photos sell the product? Do these photos put the product in a shimmering blue with yellow and oranges appeal, a metallic look? What is the look that is the most popular? Look at professional ads that are being run on websites like, high-end, not talking Walmarts and stuff like that, talking about high-end websites like Nordstrom's. Look at their listings and see how their images look. It will help you improve your images and then convey those design looks to your designer, because you have to make a listing that ultimately stands out. Obviously, the primary listing has to be a white background and show your product in a grid angle, but the listings to follow up have to show your product being used, show your product in different settings, and show the features of your product. But I like the price points of all these. We'll get rid of this one because that doesn't mend. Brings it down to $43 price point on average. So, not bad. We'll jump out on here. Let me just zoom that down. And we'll close that down. There. Gold flakes. Gold leaf flakes. There we go. Gold leaf flakes. Edible gold leaf flakes. Where are gold leaf flakes used? On food? On your face? Lots of different choices here. This guy's sponsoring it. $7.99. Price point is really low on these. I don't know what these can be sourced for. Probably can be sourced for cheap since they're edible. Why is this not? Can I move it? Why did you end up all the way up there? I Don't know why it's doing that. I don't like it. How do I move that? Why? Why can't I move that? Comment below if you know how to move that. Pawzilla, smash that like button. Thanks for following the channel. Appreciate it, man. Or Pawzilla, I appreciate it, cat. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm just kind of showing people how I'll surf Jungle Scout, surf Amazon, and what products stand out to me. I don't like the monthly sales here on this particular product. It's not enough demand in the US for me to be interested to bring that product to Canada. I don't know why my Jungle Scout is doing that right now, so I'm just going to jump off that. I don't need that. Anyway, let me know if you have any questions, Pawzilla. Appreciate the comment, appreciate the support, love it. These rings are, this is what stands out to me the most. This is, I love things that I relate to, but like I said in a brief 2-minute rant, relatable things usually aren't what sells when you just think, when you're just sitting at home thinking of products that sell on Amazon. It's not stuff that you necessarily relate to. But on the contrary, when you do the research first, when you actually do the product research first using a tool like Jungle Scout or any tool out there that helps you do the product research, as you scan through all the different products where the numbers are already there, the sales are already what you want them to be because you put in the filters and the criteria, the demand is there, the reviews are low, the price points are what you want them to be. As you sift through all of those products, then it's fine to find products that you relate to. That's how you go about finding products that you like to sell. Don't just sit at home, sitting on your chair and think, you know what, Hockey Pucks will sell today. I think Hockey Pucks are going to be a great seller on Amazon. I'm going to launch Hockey Pucks without doing any research, any niche research, any demand research. It makes no sense to do that. You have to reverse engineer it and do all the criteria, put in the numbers that you want your sales to be at, and then find products that you relate to. So that's just very important. This ring is super cool. I really do want to buy one. I think I want one for Christmas. So let me pick one out. What color? Black, jade, charcoal, navy blue. I like these lighter ones. It looks like Jeremy Piven. Jeremy Piven sponsoring these rings? No, that's not Jeremy Piven. Kind of looks like Jeremy Piven though, doesn't it? We got dark gray, deep blue, light gray. Ooh, look at this one. Is that the bag? Ooh, nice. Kind of weird looking. Doesn't blend on the logo though. I don't like that. Quelo. He's the rapper, isn't he? Let me go on YouTube. Quelo. Q-U-A-L-O? No. Q-A-L-O. Quelo ring. There's the Quelo ring. So you can actually check out this ring. So someone did an honest review.
Hey everyone, Victor Wins here, and I'll be reviewing. I recently did a vow renewal with my wife, and we decided to go ahead and get regular rings and outdoors is what it stands for. And they do come in these little packets here, these little pouches.
I don't know, man. Those pouches kind of look cheap. They look kind of really cheap. I'd love to get a ring like that. I'd love to get a Quelo ring. I'd love to start a niche like this, but really have a higher standard of packaging and value added. Maybe inserts or something that just sets it apart would be something. So when you're into, like, once you've done your research and you find products and they come up and they show demand and you relate to them, now it's a lot easier for you to figure out how to make that product exactly what it is you would want out of that product. So now you can take something that is okay, mediocre at best listing, like this is a terrible listing, terrible bullet points. Photos aren't too bad. I like the photos, but they're okay. They're not great. Okay, they're just basic. Like, I don't understand what he's trying to convey. Like show me fingers. I'm always looking to see if he's lost a finger. I love the chart. It's important. When the sizing chart is important, but these photos aren't okay. Show me a Rolls Royce in the background. What can we add to the photo without infringement that would convey a higher price point, that I could then turn around and sell this for $50 instead of $25? So those are the things that when you find a niche product that you relate to, then you got to figure out, do you want to just be in competition with Quelo, or do you want to separate yourself from Quelo and kill them with value and almost see if you can create a listing from scratch that has higher perceived value, has higher, not just perceived, but received value. When customer receives the product, is it instantly more exciting to the customer? Like when that guy was doing a review on that video and it was in a plastic bag first, I don't like that. I don't want no garbagey plastic bag on top of the case that's in. I also want a case that doesn't look like it's filled with air or a pillow, or it looks like it came out of a gumball machine. I don't want those plastic clips on it. I want it to be a metal clip of some sort. Probably wouldn't cost you much more to go from plastic to metal coming from a China factory. What else can you visualize to make that product better? And your first round is going to be okay. 6 months down to, on your second or third order, you're probably going to add something in, a 2.0 of your product. You might add something in, you might change something, you might change the packaging, you might improve the packaging, you might improve the ring, you may add more designs, all that type of stuff. So very cool. Now let's see if this niche, edge silicone rings. So silicone rings in general, I've looked at silicone rings for men, for women. Looked at silicone rings before. I've looked at these. Obviously the price point's terrible, but you can get these for 10 cents. Like, they're cheap. You can get these for cheap from China. So you can bundle a lot of them together. Probably cost you all of $1 to source, ship it to Amazon. A lot of them ultimately probably all cost you in total $2. But again, you're competing with a lot of these products are competing with China. Then you get these single rings. So, you get this cheap ring, classification. Then you get these other designer looking rings, $50.99, So the question is, how could you get a silicone ring to sell for $50? Is it even possible? Is it even possible? What would it take? Would it take you being like a killer influencer on Instagram? Are you a killer influencer on Instagram? If you are, that might be what it takes. So that niche brings out a lot of the basic ones. How can I figure out which brings out, So Quelo is obviously the brand, and that's, I think, what brings up, you know, the value that he's able to sell them for, because he's created a brand, the Quelo brand, so he's able to sell it for more. These are all the Quelo brand rings that are on Amazon selling right now. And then other brands, Quelo, QAI, Quelo, the Q, my Crispect. I'm going to go with Crispect rings. RESPECT, CHRESPECT. Interesting. Okay, so Quelo, let's see what Quelo is doing for numbers. I don't know why this thing is so high. I don't know how to fix that. Wish I could move that, but it's not letting me. I'll probably have to close down the whole app, which I don't want to do. But the numbers, the daily sales are exciting. I mean, this particular one by Rock, the Rock ring, this Rock silicone ring for $8.99, he's doing 12,000. So even if he's making $1 a ring, he's still netting $13,000 in profit off that one ring. So you have to look in the context that, yeah, sure, maybe the price point is lower, but can you compete? You know, what can you do in sales? The Quelo ring that is doing the most in sales, monthly sales, is let's see here. So Quelo ring right here, 3,500 for this one right here, this dark gray cross hatch silicone ring. So I mean, he's doing $88,000 in sales of this one ring. That's great. Women's ring is next. So the girls version for $6.99. You got this men's ring for $13.99. It's doing 1,000 of those. So quite the volume of sales for a very cool product. Now we're into the camera that we were looking at. This is the camera that is, so this is we got a mini camera, full HD 1080p security camera module, video mini camera, packing it with keywords: recorder, mini DV, DVR, motion detection camcorder with remote control for the home. So that's the camera. There's a little camera, and then that's your remote right there. And I guess this is the battery pack that you're gonna hide in whatever it is that you're planting the camera in to, so that it stays charged. And that's the recording. You can put your micro card in there, micro SD card. They probably don't come with it. I'd be surprised if it did. And then there's your remote. Turn it on. Pretty cheap clip. Those will always bend and break. There's your USB to download it to your computer. All the different kind of lenses and stuff like that. So all the different options. But these things are, and then the box. That box is pretty tiny. That's a good sized box. I have a product that is very similar that fits in a box like that. You can pack 100 into one box when shipping. 500 units probably cost just under $500 to ship. So really cheap, really cheap. It just depends what you can source this product for from Alibaba. It just depends what you can source these mini cameras for from Alibaba. And that really was what it comes down to. But let's check out the niche and see what the demand is like. Remember, always change it to all departments before you search it. Camera. Mini camera. I want to go back on that niche. I just want to check some more of the keywords. Mini camera, security camera, mini security camera, mini camera, recorder, mini security camera. Let's do that. Mini security camera. Different versions. So lots of different versions for that keyword. There's the one right there. Kind of, so spy, hidden camera. So only one on the page so far. There's another one. So that's two. $33.79. They have other variations. USB cameras. Little block cameras. There's another one. Today's deal. This is kind of a almost looks like those cameras that you stick down the drain. I want to see if I can find another keyword. Wi-Fi mini camera, cop cam. Those are the ones that cops are using, I guess. The Ring. That is an Amazon-owned product. I think the Shack was involved in that particular product. So lots of variations. This is interesting. $45 for that. So maybe mini spy camera. Spy camera. We got one. Lots of little ones on here. No, but lots of different variations. Sales-wise, they probably are all doing really well. I don't doubt the numbers are high. But again, like I said, with cameras, you got to check Amazon's terms of service to see what restrictions they've put on these, because a lot of restrictions have been put on these. So a lot of the sellers were told to recall their inventory for certain models of these, not all of them, as you can see, obviously. So this one right here, this little spy camera, is $37. It's doing 1,300 sales a month. What I love is the reviews are all low. So going to be easy to get on page one and rank your product. I love that you can buy 50 of these and likely sell out of all 50. Again, your first 50 are going to probably be at a really low price so that you're ranking your product. And then when you get some sort of ranking and some relevance on page one for multiple keywords, searches, and you get some reviews, you know, whether you get 2 or 3 of them on your product, that's when it becomes important to do 2 things. 1, to start seeing if you can raise your price, and 2, to start advertising your product and running simple automatic campaigns. But the sales are okay. The price point is higher. Sales are okay, so that's kind of like a base hit. You could launch that, buy 50. Hopefully you can get them for cheap, get them to Amazon, and create a new listing from scratch and see if you can rank it. Next up, we have the LITE Super product. Battery operated, wireless, stick anywhere, indoor motion sensor. You know this is created by a private label seller when he just packs it with all these random words. Stick anywhere, hallway, bedroom, cabinet, blah, blah, blah. Closet lights. LITE Super product. Closet light. This is a unique product. I don't know what a good search name for it would be. So let's try closet light. See what comes up. Looked into these before. This is a variation of it, cheap. That's just a unique looking product, and that uniqueness of that one product might be a standalone that's doing 400 sales a month. Problem is, What keyword is he ranking for on page 1? That's the problem. So it's probably his first one, nightlight. Nightlight. Let's see if he's ranking for nightlight. Can we find his product? You know, I would probably compete with him if it made sense. I'd probably bundle 2 or 3 of those together and sell it for a much higher price point. I don't know what he's ranking his product on page 1 for. If he is, he might not be. Nightlight super products. Wireless stick anywhere. What does it mean, wireless? So it's just battery operated? Motion sensor. Indoor motion sensor. Nightlight with motion sensor. It's interesting that he doesn't rank, but he's showing pretty good sales on Jungle Scout. So what we'll do, let's just take a quick peek here. His ranking is 1 million? Doesn't make any sense. If he's a 1 million ranking, why is he showing up on Jungle Scout? He's saying he's doing 366 sales a month, but that's like 1 million ranking. Yeah, that's really, he's lost huge ranking. He used to be at 200,000 as of 2016, but he's lost all that rank. And you can't find him on Amazon, so I don't know how he's getting those sales. I'm going to make believe he's not, and Jungle Scout's wrong. Moving on to these Lumens LED tactical flashlights, which is, again, I already know it's a competitive niche. I don't even have to guess. It's super competitive. But in Canada, it's not. This is actually not a competitive niche in Canada. So let's take a look at Jungle Scout's number on these Lumens flashlights and see what Jungle Scout is saying. So we got good sales here, low sales up the top. These are sponsored listings. If you want to get rid of the sponsored ones, you can. Oops, didn't mean to get rid of that one. Let's just take a look at the actual listing for what it's worth. $26.99. Average monthly sales of 1,900 units a month on page 1, with reviews. Some low pockets here. Not bad, but I mean, there isn't really many under 100. 1, 2, 3. This guy's got the second, well, top 5 for an $85 product, and he's selling this 3200 lumens tactical flashlight. So that's a big one. So this would be an interesting one if you could see something competitive like that. People are looking like they're buying it. They're buying upwards of 300 of those a month, $31,000 in sales. Most revenue being generated is this one by Anchor. It's just a single, but he's got a 955 rank. He's doing 6,500 of these a month. Anchor is a pretty good brand. The J5, it's a little more. 1495, 300 lumen, the original 300 lumen ultra bright, versus this one's called the Anchor. Yeah, battery included, rechargeable batteries included. High demand, high competition. But I just thought we'd take a look at that. That's just an interesting product. Wireless security camera, 720p. So, night vision. We could probably put in the brand UOKOO camera. See what comes up. So this guy's in the camera niche, UOOKOO. He's got one here, wireless security camera, home surveillance, pan, tilt, night vision. Works off your phone. We got this mounted one, smart IP camera surveillance system, remote monitoring with motion alert, pet, baby, elder, pet monitored in any cam. Straight to your phone for $26.99. That's a pretty good price. And he's got these ones. So let's see what he's doing sales-wise for his brand. Sales-wise, so this one here is doing $828. That's the one we saw at the price point of $26.99. So we need to look into the patents on these to see if they're patented for sure. 133 sales a month. So a lot of sellers are not really selling many. Well, sorry, this is his brand. He might not even have inventory on a lot of these units because he's got less than 5 as a sales rank or sales volume for units. But he does have some that are selling. Excuse me. Let's check wireless security camera. Obviously a super competitive niche.
Sorry, I couldn't connect Karis's iPhone.
Karis, close. Alexa is talking to us.
I'm not sure.
Alexa, off. All right. So, I mean, this one is going to be hard to find that one, but there you go. So based on sales, it actually is ranking on page 1 for that little bad boy, $26.99. It's ranking for wireless security camera amongst all of these huge volume dealers. Wise Labs. That's a good price point. Doing $10,000. 368 of these a day, $280,000 in revenue per month. You know, I'd look up this product on Google and check it out, see if you can't source some of these for clearance, because those are some good numbers. Number 2 ranked product, Yi. You get 4 for $120. Average price points are pretty high. Where's it? $26.99. Yeah, right. Yuko right here, 820 of them. Here's another U product. So there's another cool niche to get into if you want to get into the security camera niche. But look at these reviews. They're staggering. I mean, there's actually interesting. Again, these guys who are doing advertising are probably paying a fair penny to get their product ranked on page 1. So let's just take them out. But for the most part, I mean, he's organically ranking. Product's probably pretty cool. A Nest Cam, outdoor security camera, $178. So he's in a lane of his own. He's doing almost 1,000 sales at that price point. $177,000 a month. He's only got 29 reviews. Okay, so that's a Nest Cam. Let's look at the Nest Cam. What is so special about the Nest Cam? Nothing there. Nothing there. Nest is probably a brand. I would suggest checking it out on Google Patents. See what's special about it. Doesn't look anything spectacular. Sales have been pretty good. Price point has been up or down. As low as $138. Weatherproof outdoor security camera detects activity. 180p full HD, sends notifications to your Nest smartphone app. So it's got an app that works off of, so just obviously a higher brand product there. All right. So what are we coming down to? We're coming down to some Hummingbird swings. This might be a home run right here. I got a good feeling about Hummingbird swings. Bird swings. Perches. There we go. So like I said earlier, I said, look, obviously this twisted metal is going to be the one that's doing the numbers, but look at the different versions and see if any of these other different versions of twisted metal are popular, because you can obviously source this for probably 50 cents. Amazon fees are probably $6, so you're probably going to have to ship it for 50 cents a unit. So you're only going to make a buck if you can get sales for this particular price point. Now this is obviously a cool design. Look at that. It's got the ring for your string. It's got a shape of a bird. It's got a little bit of the glass in here, the color glass. It's got the perch right there. $8.99. This is a little more of a metal bend. They're getting 20 bucks for that. But it obviously looks like a birdhouse, but it's just a flat metal bend. So look at all the different variations. This is a little different. And compare. Another perch right here. So now let's see who's doing the sales. Is the niche popular? This is obviously a very seasonal product. And this is what we talked about. Q1 coming up. Can you find a product that's pretty seasonal? The reviews are nice and low, lots of pockets. But the ones that are doing extreme numbers got lots of reviews. But good sales here. So which ones? Let's get rid of the ones that... Oh, we don't want that. We don't want that. So we'll get rid of these sponsored. Okay. We like that. That one is unique. 178 of those, $4.97. You're pretty much losing money when you give this. Look at the fees are $3.41. That doesn't even make any sense. It's $1.50. He's probably getting that for 10 cents. Piece of junk. Okay. Another interesting one. The globes. We don't want the globes. So how much is this one doing? So that one's not even doing any good sales. It's only doing 9. 123 for this thing. 1,233 sales. This one is doing 1,900 sales. So what is so popular about this one? It's like an antique bottle. 10-ounce glass hummingbird feeder. Interesting. So an antique bottle turned into a hummingbird feeder. Very cool. Embedded video. Good listing quality score. A 6. But look at those sales. 118 of them a day. It's glass. I don't know how many you could realistically get in a box because they look larger. Probably come in a box that you know, you could probably get it in a box, so the packaging might be pretty cool. I'm just going to have a piece of almond here. Excuse the noise. It's kind of all broken inside. All right, last but not least, Leave a comment below if you hung out with me for the 2 hours. Smash that like button before you leave. Smash it, people. Let's jump over to you. So we're on our last one here. I'm just chewing on a couple of these. I probably shouldn't. It's 11:30. These are cappuccino almonds. Cappuccino almonds. Keep you awake. But we're almost done. Thanks for hanging out with me for upwards of a couple hours. We've been live for 2 hours and 1 minute. Joe Rogan, you have nothing on Coach Respect. But we'll hit this last product up. We'll look at the sales and look at the demand. Look at this product and see if it's a good product to launch as well. All these products that I showed you in this video, you're going to have to do your due diligence and see what you can source them for, cost of shipping, what you can do to private label them. Is that even an option? Really, that's about it. If it's patented, obviously. You may want to look into things like listing photo quality that you can get. But really, those are secondary decisions. Usually, what can I buy that product for? What's my gut instinct? The demand, is it there? If you're in Canada, all these products that you see, make sure that you run them through .ca. See what the demand is like in Canada. See what the sellers are like in Canada. Look at the reviews, the same criteria. And then just ultimately just pick one. Pick 1, 2, or 3 that you like. Look at starter demand, 50 units. Create a listing from scratch. And do all the steps that I talk about in my course on how to rank your product, how to get it ranked, how to get it on page 1, how to get reviews with good customer service, how to get 3 or 4 of them, then how to run advertising and see if you can sell through 50. How quickly does it sell? Can you get from 1 sale a day, which will ultimately be easy, to 2 or 3 sales every day? Can you get over 5 sales a day? If any of your products get over 5 sales a day, that is instantly a home run. Buy inventory, lock that private label down, brand it, brand your products, private label your products, and completely revise that listing. All in the course that obviously is available to you guys right now. And again, if any of you want coaching right now and you're interested in hiring me to help you sell on Amazon, just message me. I'll send you information on the different packages I offer to people who are interested in selling on Amazon and want one-on-one coaching with Coach Respect. Let's get to that final product right now. What's this? I got to go option, bam, I think. Control, bam. There we go. Bam, 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 bam. There we go. The last one. 2 Respire pollution mask. Military grade protection pollution mask. Okay, I'm surprised. So like I said earlier in this video, I'm surprised that this guy only sells 1 color. I'm super surprised. I bet you there are other sellers who sell a similar product, if not the same product, but offer a variety of colors. So let's take a look. Pollution masks range in price from $13 to $21 for a stack of disposables. We got a colorful options here. So with 5 filters. Interesting. So we got a colors scheme here. We got these more or less, these are like training masks, very similar to the training elevation masks sold in fitness stores. Cheap 2-pack masks. A lot of black. Black is obviously cool. Look at this. This is a very cool. So look at this. $89. This is a sponsored listing. He's got multiple colors. So there's the guy that has come out with a variety of cool fabrics for his mask. Sizable. He's got these aeronums. Nice material, looks pretty comfortable. Okay. Is pollution that bad that bikers are wearing them? But, so let's see what this guy's selling, if he's getting any sales on his 72,000 ranked. 54 of these a month. He's charging $79. Why is he charging so much? That's probably a reason for his low sales. But I like that he's offering these different colors. So let's go back to page, pollution mask page. Let's just do a search here. Let's run numbers on this entire page. See what we got for these pollution masks. You gonna work for me, Jungle Scout? Come on. Pollution mask. See if Jungle Scout is crapping out on me or what? Come on. Come on, Chrome extension. If you're interested in Jungle Scout's Chrome extension or the product web-based tool, I'll throw a link in the description below. It's an affiliate link, so if you like it, click that link, and that way you still pay the same price as everybody in the world, but your man Coach Respect will get a small $20 commission from Jungle Scout for telling Buddy about their cool product. That I've been using this product for a long period of time, and I swear by it. So look at all these sales for pollution masks. 500, average 500 sales for a seller. Price point's terrible, but I would imagine you can get these for really cheap. So whether you want to launch a single color or you want to launch a multitude of options, this is a very high demand, but it's also very high in competition. Lots of reviews, but there are some pockets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Lower sales down there, but lots of options to get on page 1. Low reviews. I wouldn't say that's, Jungle Scout is saying it's high competition, but that's not too bad. What I like is that the listing scores on a lot of these listings are poor. They're only 5s, which means you can create a much better listing than a lot of these listings. What I don't like is some of these price points really suck. Okay? It comes down to, do you like it? Do you relate to this product? Would you be able to make a better product than what you're seeing with a lot of the sellers on this particular page? What could you do to separate yourself? And then just talk to factories about how much they can do to help you customize your product, the fabrics, all that type of stuff, and what they would charge. A lot of these factories have hundreds and hundreds of samples anyway of different options, so you might find one that suits exactly what you want. And you may be able to take from different products and create your own. Again, don't go too outside the box. I don't know about color schemes and all that type of stuff and what sells, but do your research first and see which ones have the highest volume. Black. You know, why do they have the volume they have? All right, guys. That's my 2 hours with you today. It was a blast. We didn't really have many people watching today, but I'm sure people are going to go, whoa, Coach was on for 2 hours. I might Joe Rogan it and follow along with me. If you have any questions or you have any comments, definitely leave them in the comment section below. Check out the description. I'll throw some links in there for everybody who wants to maybe know about Jungle Scout or wants to know about my creative guy that I use, my exclusive guy. I'm going to give you a Merry Christmas recommendation. I only use one person on Fiverr to do all my creative. I give him all my business, and I don't go anywhere else. So if you are interested in using the same guy that I trust to make my photos, then the link will be in the description below. But other than that was a good journey. Maybe tomorrow or maybe another day what I'll do is I'll jump on Alibaba. I'll find some products, maybe 4 or 5, and jump on Alibaba, and we'll talk about sourcing products and contacting factories. And we'll see what they, what to say to them, and what kind of criteria you want to get information of, and what you need to ultimately go live with a private label product. Good night.